Now you're seeing people like Tesla bringing to market real cars with real design and a real sense, very 400 kilometers on one charge. Suddenly it's making the market attractive, and this is what will drive the growth of green. Suppliers of everything from batteries to components. Green vehicles are much more about electronics than they are about the body parts and everything else. So anything that serves that market. There will be a huge number of different alternative energy sources, tools to work in that market, energy technologies. All across the world, people are rethinking the whole model for retail. So ideas for retail, concepts for retail, for shop design layouts, technologies to manage distributed retail on the street. Nanotechnology, we know this is a 100 billion plus market. Again, you may not have a nanotechnology product, but you may have products or services that support people in the nanotech industry. So which industries do you want to get close to? Well, I want to get close to the industries of the future. Similarly, Europe is putting out this intelligent grid. The idea is that we make our electricity supply much more intelligent with digital control systems. 200 billion for Europe alone, 500 billion globally. Biopharma, naturally grown medical, or naturally developed, synthetically developed medicines and treatments. Huge market again, people in that space. Industrial biotech, where we take that and use it to generate new materials, new energy sources, over 600 billion as a marketplace. And then 3D printing. Many of you will have seen this. 3D printers basically print items in 3 dimensions. They layer them up, layer by layer. So just like a normal printer prints on 1 dimension, these layer them up. The example you see on the right is Timberland, a sole for a Timberland shoe. Traditionally, this would cost them about $600 to make a prototype. Now, and it would take several days. Now they can do them in a couple of hours, and it costs about $20. So they can produce multiple ones. But more importantly now, you can buy a 3D printer. 3D printers now cost less than $5,000. You can go to the web. There's a website called shapeways.com. You can send them your design for an object. They will print that object for you in custom terms. We know hotels that are buying these things to print crockery for their customers, customized to a wedding or an event just for their event. The ability to totally customize a product with a 3D printer changes industries completely. No one even knows how big the impact will be. So, in closing, how can you respond? As an entrepreneur, what are some of the things you can do to sort of survive and kind of outlive your competition and just really survive in the world we're moving into? The first is be where the money is. Don't try and create a product that services huge global corporations and then try and launch it in Slovenia or Kosovo. You haven't got many of them here. If you're really trying to serve global corporations, then you have to focus on the markets where a lot of them are, or where they are. So, understand who's in which market and what you can serve them. But also go for awards. There are a huge number of awards now, small, big. Doesn't matter about the money, it's the profile you get, but it's also the training you get in taking your organization through the process, whether it's training, quality, marketing. It's a great development exercise to go for that. Secondly, put around yourselves advisors, whether it's non-executive directors or informal advisors, people who've done the next stage of your development. So if you think in 2 years' time you're going to sell your company or you're going to raise finance, then get someone in your advisory group who's raised finance before, who can just take you through that experience. If you're in CEED, then my guess is in that network you'll always find someone. If you think your next step is to get into the Asian markets, then have someone in your advisory group who's done that before. It's just simple stuff. The second is be really visible with awards. Go for awards, your web presence, getting involved in networks, getting involved in associations, be visible. Why? Because if I'm coming from an emerging market and I want a local player who can manage my database technology for me or manage my computer systems, the first place I will probably look is the Industry Association for Information Technology. I will see who the people are on the board and the key committees. I will approach them first because I think they're respected and they're senior in the industry and they're the ones, they're visible, they're easy to find. So being visible is critical to getting your success, particularly in emerging markets. The next is magnetic. Be open to ideas. When people bring you ideas, when someone has an idea, they're a customer, they're a partner, they're a supplier, they have an idea. Are you the people they would naturally go to? Do people know you? If someone wants advice, do they say, go to this person because they're good, they listen, they'll test things out? The more magnetic you are, the more you make money in your sleep. because people are thinking how they can help you make money. And the final one is, it's very easy to think we can do everything with technology now. But in a world where there is more and more technology, where we're more and more reliant on these things, and more companies are outsourcing everything, you and I don't like service failure. If someone gets it wrong, we just boycott that person if we can, or we take our business away. And it's very easy to think that actually I can do it all with technology. But the people who will win are the ones who get service right and who put the customer genuinely first in everything they do. So I hope it's been of interest. If not, it's just an interlude for your chance to meet each other and make some money. But, you know, where would I say? You've already heard this several times from me. If you're playing to win, you have to think not just about your product, but you have to think about who is buying this, how do I genuinely make sure there is a market for what I want, and listen to the people who buy it. It doesn't matter if you think your product is better than their understanding of it, because what counts is their understanding of it. Secondly, you know, look at where the growth is, whether it's opportunities in the domestic markets or globally. You know, be really clear on which markets you're trying to serve and what you have to offer them. And the final one is, it doesn't matter how good your offering is. If you're not visible, you'll soon be dead. You know, be visible, whether it's on the web, whether it's through regular PR on everything you do, but just make sure you're visible, you're standing out, you're communicating. Every contract you win, do a press release. Whatever you do, just make sure people can see you, people can find you. Because if you're not visible, then it's very hard to grow your business. So I hope this has given you some food for thought. I hope it's given you some ideas about, you know, where the opportunities are, why the opportunities are there, and how to make sure that you've got a viable business in the coming years. Thank you very much.